This is Seasons of Discontent with your hosts Rick Snyder and Matt Combs on the Hogstein Network.
Welcome to Seasons of Discontent, Season 7, Episode 2, brought to you by Rick Snyder's Washington on YouTube. And I'm Rick Snyder.
I'm Matt.
And we're back discussing all things Washington sports and life as part of the mighty Hogstein Network on a podcast, and Rick Snyder's Washington on YouTube. I don't even remember where I am anymore. But
we haven't done this in a while.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's preseason for a reason.
Yeah, we took the summer off too.
So the Commanders are going to Kansas City for a 4:00 game on Saturday. They're playing preseason games are at 1, 4, and 7, which is so weird. But it's all the NFL now decides the schedule. The teams don't anymore. The NFL does. And they want games at 1, 4, and 7 so that they can have all day TV.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame them. It's just if you're in the wrong place for a 1:00 game, good luck. But I enjoyed it last week. But this one's at 4, just like 3 in Kansas City. And Kansas City, it's interesting. The Commanders' preseason schedule is only 3 games and 1 at home because they have the extra home game during the regular season. So everybody still gets 10, but this year's just 1. All right, so you got to go to Kansas City, and then they play at Baltimore. I mean, it's a very easy preseason schedule travel-wise.
Yeah.
You're going to be playing now a team that's a Super Bowl contender. This is the one that most of the starters are going to play, the most that they're going to play in the preseason. So you get a real look at some things, how you match up. And so I'm kind of interested to see how the defense holds on against this team, more than I am worried about the offense, because I didn't see a lot from the defense really in that first game. By the starters. I saw some decent interior pass rush. The secondary was a little sloppy at times. They're still learning this zone handoff stuff. But and Kansas City, I'm not sure how many people come to their preseason games, but it is the loudest stadium there in the NFL. I mean, it's weird because it's outdoors, but the rumble is just, instead of the noise in the upper deck going upward, it goes downward.
Yeah.
And you can't hear yourself think in that place, which is great training. So I'll be interested to see what the Commanders show here.
Yeah, going back to something you just hit on, the past couple seasons, we've all been worried about offense. They haven't done anything to improve their offense, yada, yada, yada. So, and we all kind of gave the defense a pass saying, oh, well, if the offense could sustain a drive, the defense wouldn't be so gassed. And, oh, we lost our number 2 overall pick in Chase Young. And I don't know when he's coming back. I know they're probably, if they haven't already, they're going to put him on the PUP list. I saw Montez Sweat out there a little bit against Carolina. This team is going to go as far as their defense goes. And I do believe that they have the quarterback this year that's going to sustain a drive. It may not always end in points, but at least they're not going to be having a bunch of 3 and outs. It'll be interesting to see what this defense is this year. This is a overly hyped defense last year, coming off of a top 5 performance the year before. My question is, and we kind of talked about this, do they bring back like a Landon Collins, to play that Buffalo role? Are they going to wait for cut down day? Because let's be honest, Rick, I don't think they really improved much on, with linebackers. Their secondary seems decent with Fuller and Jackson, and, the safeties are okay. It's all going to rely on that pressure up front. But if they're not getting pressure up front, that second level, unless Jamin Davis takes a huge step this year, and, Cole Holcomb is a tackling machine, but they really haven't done much to improve that second and third levels of the defense. I guess, like I said, are they waiting for cut downs to see who gets released? Are they going to bring back a Collins on a smaller deal? They've got to make some improvements in the defense.
Yeah, I mean, Benjamin St-Juste is a real key here, but more of a nickel than a Buffalo nickel. Buffalo nickel is a bigger, stronger guy. And St-Juste has had several collision problems already in his first year. But he's a decent cover guy. He's got long arms. very athletic.
He's tall.
So, now he missed the first game with the minor problem, so we didn't get to see him. So if he could come through, I don't think they'll make a change.
Okay.
But it doesn't look like it. I could see them shopping. The great part is after the cuts, there's a week off between the last preseason game and the regular season start because they want to get away from Labor Day. So you've got more time to tinker with your roster there than on the run. I like that. So there is a chance. Landon Collins didn't get picked up by anybody, which surprises me. And a lot of teams don't want to pick up a veteran guy on the first game because veterans are vested. If
Right.
you're on the first roster, you get paid the whole season. If you're on the second week, you get paid week to week.
Right.
So I see them waiting a week like that, especially if Washington's playing Jacksonville. You think we can win this one, So, and then you can. That's if you got money issues going on. They're under the cap. They're okay there, but maybe maybe I don't think Collins will come back because players have pride and they just don't. They'd rather take a minimum deal somewhere else than come back to the same locker room like this.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's it. But I don't think they're going to make any moves on this at all.
Do you give the defense a week or two to adjust after the firing of Sam Mills?
I don't know that mattered a lot. That was a little surprising. I can't remember a coach being fired in August.
I know.
I was like, you sit there and go, okay, what really happened? Something bad had to happen for you to do. And Ron had been with Sam, together for 12 years. So it's not like, he always said we're family, but sometimes I guess you hate your family. I don't know. It's they've got a guy who's a veteran interior lineman as a coach. The guy played like 17 years or something in the league interior. But now, it's interesting what's going on with Ryan Kerrigan because he's an outside guy. And I don't know if this is, if they did this secretly to get it all ready, they did a good job. I'll give them that. I don't know if that's what it is or just fell into place this way. But I could see them keeping Ryan now and saying, you teach the outside guys. Ryan's.
Well, hey, and let's not forget who was a special guest, the defensive line coach during preseason or during training camp.
Yeah, Warren Sapp, but I don't see that ever happening.
No, I don't either. I think that was more of just Warren wants to get into coaching. He knows Rivera pretty well from, his days in Tampa. So I think that was maybe just a Rivera, hey, come check it out, see what you got type thing, or see if you like it.
Well, Kerrigan's got to learn a little coaching technique, like the pregame on Saturday. Montez swept. He had the pads for Montez to hit. Montez knocked him on his butt. It's like, okay, you got to learn how to take the hit. You're used to giving the hit. So I don't know. I can see him doing that, and that'd be okay. Everybody knows Ryan. They like Ryan. He wants to learn about, does he want to be a coach? And this will teach him because, frankly, coaches make, the minor coaches, they make a living. It's when you become a coordinator or a head coach that you really make the big money. And you're working 100 hours a week, man. It's brutal. It's brutal. So he'll get a real feel quickly. Screw it. I go be a high school coach, man. That'd be more fun. You don't need the money. But that's going to be interesting. I know that they said, well, people didn't get along with Samuels. I've known plenty of players that hated coaches. How many people hate their bosses? I mean, you still go to work. That's not, I don't think that was it. I don't know. There's something going on there I haven't heard. And it'll probably not come out for a while because we don't really have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting. All right, here's a question. Should they game plan here? They love to say they don't game plan. They just play vanillas and they don't want to show anything because God knows there's something new coming out, which is not true. It's all the same crap every year, but they don't want to show anything. So we just go pitch and catch. I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing a little game planning. I mean, it's not like you're revealing something. Everybody knows this stuff. If you watch Scott Turner's offense, like the defensive coordinators have, they know what he's capable of. His father used to do decoy plays in games where late in the game, he'd do a throwaway play of something weird. And we'd ask him later, what was that about? And he goes, something for the defensive coordinators to look at on film in case we, just give him something extra, just playing with them. So, I mean, Scott could do that, but Scott never shows you anything unusual anyway.
Right.
But I should game plan a little bit.
See, that's why they didn't throw any balls to Jahan Dotson. They're waiting to unleash the speed.
Yeah, he had a nice block in the opener.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I saw that block. That was a really good block.
But yeah, I was kind of like, you didn't throw him a ball, really?
Hey, and Rick, man, we forgot to talk about it the last show, but we had a Curtis Samuel sighting.
Yeah, he looked good too in that catch.
Yeah, he did. Let's keep that groin together, guys.
Yeah, he's still doing up days, off days. I don't know. I never have understood this. But yeah, Curtis is there. They threw a couple to a tight end I forgot was on the roster.
Yeah, when they threw the first pass to him, I was like, who?
Got two guys nearly decapitated with throws, but it's like, man, it was a couple of them. We threw one to a tight end. The guy's teeth got rattled on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd like to see him do it. All right. So how much do the starters play? I would say if you gave him 20 plays in the first game, let him just play the half. Because this is it. Third game.
This is the dress rehearsal.
Yeah. This is it. I'd go a half on something like that.
I don't see why not.
So a few players. William Jackson, going to be an interesting game for him. He talked a lot about he struggled the first year because he was a man guy, and he just learned to always, that's my man, follow him around the field. And he had trouble handing off coverage to other people. And then suddenly there's a gap in coverage where you should have been, and teams were exploiting that. So he says he's going to be able to do this. Well, we'll see. This will be a chance for him against Mahomes, to show me if you can really do this or not.
Yeah, and look, Kansas City lost their best weapon. They traded him to Miami and Tyreek Hill, but they picked up a pretty good wide receiver to replace him in Juju Smith-Schuster. So this is going to be a test. Like you said, this is a perennial Super Bowl team the last couple seasons. I mean, as long as they have Mahomes, they're going to be in contention. This will be a good test. And like you said, this is we talked about, this is the dress rehearsal. This is probably the last preseason game that the starters will play. It'll be an interesting game. I see you have on here Joey Sly. That was interesting that he missed a kick against Carolina. Maybe it's just because he's coming back from injury. But I don't think we have to worry about a kicker this year. I think it's going to be Sly.
But yet, all I heard all week was they had Joey come in the media room and talk. And coach said, in Carolina, I wondered, would he make it? I don't worry about it anymore. He misses the first kick. And I'm like, okay. We've talked about this. They brought in, another kicker for a short time, and they cut him out in camp. I just thought that was really ironic. I mean, I like Joey Sly, so I'm willing to give it a chance. But if he misses kicks in this game, I guess once again we're going to be looking at things.
Yeah, I think they will. They'll bring in a little bit of a competition just to get just to make sure that he knows his job isn't 100% safe. But in the end, I think he ends up being the kicker. Is there any guys that surprised you from Carolina that you want to see more of against Kansas City?
I still would like to see Brian Robinson. I like to see him play a lot.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Cole Turner come back. I don't know if he is yet, because I want to see him. I think he's a real weapon. I just want to see more of everybody, really, on all this. I want to see Dotson get, chance to do something. But, yeah, Vegas has got a new over-under out of 8 wins, which is weird because they usually go in the half because they don't like to push in case you tie on. And I thought, all right, I think they're over 8 wins, but there are times that I wonder if they are or not.
Did we both make official picks for record?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, maybe we'll do that before the regular season starts.
Yeah, no, we haven't been on the air in a while, so.
No.
But I just think it's going to be interesting to watch. Vegas doesn't throw away money. They're smarter than I think they should be. I don't know how they do it, but they're not off much. All right, this game. I'm going to take the Chiefs because there are people who actually bet on this stuff. Not me, but Chiefs 24-17.
It's funny. I was going to go Chiefs 27-17.
There you go. So take the over probably.
There you
go. I just figure, but the question is, what is it at halftime?
Ooh.
I think it could be 21-10 at halftime.
Could be. Could be pretty bad.
Yeah. And that's it. So I'm Rick Snyder.
I'm Matt.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.